Ladies and gentlemen, Texas takes another L. I hope I held that up right. We take another L, and I'm getting tired of having to report about the bullcrap coming out of my state, out of Texas. Look, I advocate for fathers, and I advocate for mothers giving these fathers a chance, but damn. If you're gonna date a thug, and if you're a hood hoe that loves hood dick, all I ask for you to do is not procreate. But you procreated with a thug, and you know what? When you gamble on a thug and you lose, this is the end result. And I'm going to tell you guys about this particular story, about that man and that beautiful baby that has suffered at the hands of his own father. This story comes out of Houston, Texas, and that father on the right-hand side, if you could even call him a father, is facing upgraded charges after allegedly beating his 2-year-old son. That y'all see that beautiful baby on my screen? Let me get him off of my screen. I want to see that little baby boy. Y'all look at that baby boy. What could he have done? He's just 2 years old. I love kids when they're 2 years old. I can't imagine what could have caused this man to be so upset at a 2-year-old. You look at them in the face, you look them in the eyes, they are just full of love. They are just like sponges, and they just soak up anything that you give them. That's why I love kids. And I wish more people would respect our babies. As these kids grow, they have to learn. They're not just born inherently knowing everything. Dad, huh? A mother don't just give birth to a kid and the kid just all of a sudden knows everything, knows how to walk, knows how to talk, knows how to go to the bathroom. They don't just wake up and just one day they know all this shit. They don't just learn it in 1 time or 2 times or 3 times. You have to expect when you train continuously to build up habits, to build up a thought process, to also build up this thing called muscle memory, right? This baby is 2 years old. You got to give him a damn chance. But you know what? When you're a damn thug, you don't tend to care. And this father became agitated with his own son while he was trying to teach him to potty train. How many times have we heard this go horribly wrong in our stories? He became agitated with his son, and his son fatally succumbed to injuries over the weekend. So I'm going to give you guys some details about this. The father's name, the thug right here, would look, I don't know if that's a tattoo across his face, I don't know. But nonetheless, that devilish looking person, his name is Antonio Devonte Hicks Sr., who is 21 years old, and he was initially taken into custody after he and the child's mother told police on Saturday, losing his temper while potty training the boy and hitting him several times. And that's according to Harris County Sheriff's Office, hashtag not my words. All right. Now, the toddler's name, that beautiful baby boy, his name is Antonio Hicks Jr., named after his dad, who was initially unresponsive when he was brought to the hospital, but he was pronounced dead later that day at 6:18 p.m. Officers say that the boy had multiple injuries, both recent and healing injuries, meaning he had old injuries, which were not consistent in how the father claimed the boy was injured. So he lied, and he probably blamed it on the kid. Something along the lines of, oh, well, you know how kids are clumsy and they bump into things. He was on the slide and he fell off. You know how these mothers and fathers end up lying and blaming all the injuries on the kids? Upon the son dying, investigators were brought to the hospital where during the course of the interviews with the parents, they admitted that dude on the right-hand side of the screen lost his temper and hit the boy multiple times while trying to potty train him. He's a baby. Babies have accidents. If y'all don't understand that babies have accidents, then you probably should not be a parent. That's pretty apparent to me. Now, Hicks was initially charged with serious bodily injury to a child, and those charges are expected to be upgraded upon completion of an autopsy. The father remained in custody on a $250,000 bond. Meanwhile, on Sunday night, those who loved the toddler, who was known as Baby K, gathered to light candles in his honor. Thank goodness for that, and thank you for getting rid of the balloons. They lit candles in this baby's honor. You know why? Because they wanted to be responsible citizens and pay homage to that baby boy without littering and without destroying our environment by doing balloon releases, right? And I spoke too soon. Balloons with the characters from this children's show Paw Patrol were brought as well. So I was just getting ready to give them credit, and then I had to take it away. But again, I want to remind people, if you're going to have children, you have to understand that children are going to have accidents. If you're not prepared for that, you should not be around these kids, okay? Let me give you guys the fair usage, and I'll show you guys a couple of news videos that were out there. Let's rock. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, let's get it.
Horrific crime against a child. A Houston father is accused of beating and killing his 2-year-old son over potty training. These are past mugshots for Antonio Hicks. Police say Hicks and the child's mother admitted that he lost his temper with the boy during potty training and struck him several times. Well,
let y'all hear that again. Let me back it up. Let me let you hear it again.
Horrific crime against a child. A Houston father is accused of beating and killing his 2-year-old son over potty training. These are past mugshots for Antonio Hicks. Police say Hicks and the child's mother admitted that he lost his temper with the boy during potty training and struck him several times. That sweet toddler died at a hospital yesterday. Antonio's charged with injury to a child, but the charges are expected to be upgraded this morning.
And y'all know that Texas has the super aggravated laws. I hope they impose that on this so-called father.
A Houston man is behind bars Monday after he was accused of beating his 2-year-old son to death while potty training him over the weekend, according to the Harris County Sheriff's Office. Investigators say Antonio Hicks Sr. brought the unresponsive child, Antonio Hicks Jr., to Houston Northwest Emergency Room for medical treatment on Saturday afternoon. Officers said the child had multiple injuries, both recent and healing, that were not consistent with the father's claims of how his son was injured. The child was pronounced dead at 6:18 p.m. Homicide investigators were called to the hospital, and while talking with the victim's mother and father, officers learned Hicks lost his temper and allegedly struck the child multiple times during potty training. Hicks was arrested and charged with serious bodily injury. He's currently being held on a $250,000 bond. These charges could be upgraded once an autopsy is completed, according to records.
And I do agree with the people in the chat who said that this dude, let me see if I can back it up. Right here, he looks just like Sideshow Bob, does he not? He looks just like Sideshow Bob. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Sideshow Bob. Wow, he looks exactly like Sideshow Bob. No joke. That's scary. Since y'all made the joke in the chat, I'm going to show y'all this real quick. Because he does. He looks exactly like Sideshow Bob. He looks exactly like Sideshow Bob. That's scary. Man. I'm going to tell you guys this. It's funny how we have to have license for so many things in our society. But why won't they have us to have license to have children, or even to have some parenting classes before you are allowed to keep these kids at home by yourself? right? Come on, y'all see this in the chat. Bullets Gotti, you see this dude? Tell me he don't look like Sideshow Bob. He's yellow skinned with the same hair. Anyway, let me take this off the screen. Let me take this off the screen. Anyway, but I do believe that they should have some parenting classes. And I'm going to tell you guys, even from a father's perspective, fathers can be really, really awesome things. But I'm going to tell y'all, even as a father, I know that being a brand new father can work your nerves, especially with kids. Like, I didn't do real well with my daughter as she was an infant because I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know how to make her stop crying. And sometimes I'd have a headache and I would just kind of get emotional sometimes, as far as it make you want to cry sometimes. Like, dang, like, why won't she go to sleep? Why won't, does she needs to eat? Does she need to drink? Does she need some sleep? Do I need to burp her or what? And I would be glad that sometimes my mom would just pull up to my apartment and just be like, hey, I'm going to give you a break. I'm going to take the baby with me. Because I thought I could handle it, but it really is a lot. And that's why I can't understand why so many people have so many kids, because it's hard to raise one kid. And I want y'all to think about, with me, my daughter's mom, my dad, her mom, and cousins, it took all of us just to be able to raise my daughter, one kid. So how is it that we have mothers that have 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 kids? How is it that we have men with 5 and 10 and 15 and 20 kids? If it takes a village to raise one child, how do we have so many children out here being born outside the confines of wedlock? It's crazy. But nonetheless, this dude needs to be held responsible for what he did. I don't care what his age is. What he did was wrong. What he did to this kid was he got pissed off at this kid doing something that all kids on earth do. They have potty training accidents. Every kid ever born into existence have potty training accidents. I've watched white people do it. I've watched black people do it. I've watched Mexican people do it. I've watched all races of people, and I've done all races on my channel, and I've talked about how a lot of them have abused children for something as simple as having a potty training accident. They're gonna pee on themselves. Deal with it or don't be a parent. That sucks, and I hope that they throw the book at his head, hit him and split him right down the middle of his freaking head, and I hope that they give him life in prison. That baby boy is a beautiful baby boy, and that boy deserved to grow up to become something great. Antonio Hicks Jr. deserved a chance, and his father robbed him of that chance. It sucks, and we hope to get justice. But like I said, it's happening in Houston. I live out here in Texas, so I'm going to definitely make sure that I report whenever they throw 199,000 years at that dad. Young King, Antonio Hicks Jr., R.I.P. Young Prince. Okay? This is your boy DJ Just Jay, and we're the AFC. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Please. Thank you.